So our passion is that we want to make an impact to the world, and we want to use technology to help make the world a better living place for everyone. So I would recommend and encourage everyone to get involved with social entrepreneurships. And the reward is not only the financial reward, but the social impact that we also create as well. And that's what we live by every day, double impact, financial impact and social impact.
Hello, everyone. I'm Osman Javed, and I'm the CEO of Ricult. And I'd like to start off by sharing a video from my native country, Pakistan.
ਨਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਰੁਪਈਏ ਹੋਣ ਤਾਂ ਆਪ ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਲਈਏ ਨਾ ਉਧਾਰ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਫਸਲ ਖਰਾਬ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਮੱਲਾ ਬਦੀ
ਅਸੀਂ ਆੜਤੀ ਜੋ ਲੈਣਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਉਹ ਬੜਾ ਹੀ ਪਰੇਸ਼ਾਨ ਕਰਦਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਤੋਂ ਰੇਟ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮਾਰਕੀਟ ਦੇ ਲਿਹਾਜ਼ ਨਾਲ ਕੋਈ ਸਸਤਾ ਲੈਂਦਾ ਸੀ ਔਰ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਚੀਟਿੰਗ ਵੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਸਨ ਇਸ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਉਧਾਰ ਲਿਆਂਦਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਮਜਬੂਰ ਸਾਂ
ਜ਼ਿਮੀਂਦਾਰਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਫਸਲਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਘੱਟ ਵਿਕਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਨੇ ਖਾਦ ਬੀਜ ਸਪਰੇਵਾਂ ਵਗੈਰਾ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਮਹਿੰਗੀਆਂ ਮਿਲਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਲਿਹਾਜ਼ਾ ਇਸ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਕਾਸ਼ਤਕਾਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬੜਾ ਮੁਸੀਬਤ ਬਣ ਗਈ ਹੈ
This, ladies and gentlemen, is not a local Pakistani problem. It is not a regional problem, but it's a global problem. And there's no surprise that 75% of the world's poor are farmers. In my 15 years journey while traveling across Pakistan, when I was working with companies like Exxon and Nestle dealing directly with farmers, I got a first-hand view of how destitute these people are. And I also got an insight into the extremely exploitative ecosystem these people operate in. It is in my last job assignment while I was working with Telenor, and I helped launch the world's third largest mobile banking business, that I realized that you could use simple, basic technology that just required a mobile phone to create huge social impact. It is then when I decided to quit my job, come to MIT, and start working towards a solution which could alleviate this problem. The first thing that I did when I came to MIT was try and build a team. And I was extremely lucky to get in touch with these fantastic people who not only were extremely talented, but shared the same passion and energy to go out and change the world. Collectively, we have 6 decades of relevant experience working in companies like Google and Microsoft and Accenture and Cargill. Ricult's mission is to provide smallholder farmers with the tools they need to control their destiny. In its simplest form, Ricult provides farm inputs like seeds, fertilizers, and pesticides on simple and affordable credit terms through the use of a mobile phone platform. At the heart of what we do is the Ricult proprietary scoring system, which takes into account different variables like crop fertility, like expected crop revenue, like social collateral and reputational profiling, and comes up with a very simple score that can be used to provide credit to farmers who otherwise would have to go through an extremely bureaucratic process or else go to the middleman and pay an extremely high price for the credit. The farmers love us. The farmers love us because we provide them farm inputs like pesticides, seeds, and fertilizers at a 30% discount. They love us because our credit access system is synchronized with their crop cycles. And they also love us because the interest rates that we charge are at least 5 times lower than what they were paying to the middleman. We've built an ecosystem of partners of local and global fame. And these partners help us access the farm inputs like the seeds, fertilizers, and pesticides at a cheaper price, and also help us access credit at a lower rate. We're also working with companies that can help us use data for soil fertility, and we are trying to cover the end-to-end process so that we can collect data and then use that more effectively to provide more services to the farmers. When we started off our pilot in Pakistan in the middle of February, we primarily launched Ricult as a marketplace. And very soon, in 3 months, we had actually a traction of 3,000 farmers. But very soon we realized that the real problem faced by these farmers was not access to the market. It was primarily access to simple and easy credit. And it is then when we pivoted and moved towards providing simple and easy credit access. Today, we have 608 paying farmers, and I'm very happy to inform you people that 100% of those farmers who have completed their crop cycle have actually paid back the money. Ladies and gentlemen, our beachhead market is Pakistan. And in Pakistan alone, there's a $4.7 billion credit gap between supply and demand. If you look at the global scale, there's a $400 billion gap between supply and demand for agricultural credit. In a nutshell, we are addressing a large and unmet need in a very large market. We have the right team and skills and the right credentials to address this problem. And we have a working model which we have tested and we feel it works. My grandfather once told me that you might need a lawyer, a doctor, or a policeman, maybe once in a year, but you'll need a farmer 3 times a day. Ladies and gentlemen, the people who feed us need us. If you're interested in knowing more about us, come and visit us at our stall outside. Thank you very much.